Emphasis on think right now. Let's go ahead and turn on the master fader very quickly. Hopefully that balances out a few things. Not a whole lot. Ooh, what happened? Maybe don't start right there. Hang on, try give me a quick second to chat up on my phone so I can see it. I think I should be fine without a cord attached to it. Anyway. Let's see, how's everything looking? It looks pretty quiet. Let's go ahead and turn on the master fader a bit more, since yeah, it is kind of loud. To be fair, I probably should have put a master track. Probably should have put a master fader on all my tracks before doing anything. But alas, I've made quite a few tracks in Pro Tools without a master fader, and I did not take into consideration that that might have been a bad idea. Anyway, hi, welcome everyone to the first music live stream of the Time Traveler 65 music channel. I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting to be streaming on this channel. I thought this would be more of like a fun, like when I first created it, it was like, oh yeah, a fun side channel where I can upload like the music content that I never thought I could on the main gaming channel. But then slowly I realized that it's better if I merged everything together. That way, like the people that came from music could come see music, and then they can also like find some games or something, and vice versa. Like the people that see me play games might possibly like the music that I do. So it was like, I'm willing to throw my eggs into one basket instead of separating them out. Even though it's like, it's like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but it's fine. It's fine. I think what I am gonna do is I am gonna move my music work, music composition streams to this channel instead of the main channel, because I feel like those will be a lot better for this kind of channel. Something that requires like the audience for. Otherwise people just aren't gonna watch it. People aren't, like, the people that aren't into music composition aren't gonna watch music composition. So I thought I'd give this stream a test run. We're probably not gonna be live for too long, just because this is sort of more like a test stream than anything else. I wasn't actually prepared to stream or anything. I just sort of like had the idea, wait, what if I streamed on my music channel? And so that's what happened. Yeah, it just basically was like impulsiveness that decided to take control here. Yeah, this master fader would have been nice a long time ago. That way I also have control over it. I have control over the master track. So yeah, especially like I can do like, I think, can I throw like effects over the entire track? I can throw effects over the entire track. That's interesting. All right, then that's actually good to know. Before I mess this up, let's go ahead and bypass that since that's not necessary. But yeah, so welcome to today's live stream. The first live stream on the channel, on this channel. So that's actually kind of fun. So yeah, this is a project that I've already covered several times before on several different live streams. It's one of my favorites. It's one that I've put so much effort into. I think it's probably one of my longest tracks ever and one of the heaviest tracks ever that I've made. This has probably been the longest project. This song alone has probably been the longest one that I've worked on for I think 4 months, like just a bit over 4 months. Yeah, because I started working on I deemed the song done back in December, but ever since then I just haven't been satisfied with it, and so I've been constantly like nitpicking it and like swapping some stuff out, fine tuning some stuff. I think at this point, I'm just gonna let it be. That's basically what I need to do. But that's not why we're here. We're here for a different project. I was working on some Champions of the Universe stuff. I probably should have saved. Never mind then. Alright then. Because very soon I'm releasing my newest album, and it's going to be the Champions of the Universe soundtrack, which I am super excited for because I have been working with the team on this project for about 4 months, 5 months actually, and sadly the project got canceled because we realized that it was too much for us to handle, and so I said, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll push out whatever I have, and it's currently 7 tracks, and 6 tracks, and then an unfinished track, 2 unfinished tracks. One of them's already in the album. The other we are going to be working on today. And so I thought that it'd be nice if we did like a little breakdown of the soundtrack currently and then go into some composition later on like what my thought process is behind the songs and like how exactly I composed them. So yeah, without further ado, let's hear this one. This one's probably my favorite out of the soundtrack. It's called Gladiators Circle, I believe, in the album. Right? Let's check that. Yeah, Gladiator Circle in the album. That's a sneak peek if you wanted to pause the stream and then go quickly look back at it. But for now, let's quickly hear this. And very quickly. Do we need to hook up the master fader to anything?
Excuse me. I want the Yeehaw game, please.
Oh my gosh. It's right here. I'm only in the middle of a stream right now.
I want the Yeehaw life.
Here, have fun.
Thank you.
Don't ruin my saves. It's fine. Anyway. How is it coming through on your end? Okay, so that's about a good level. Maybe not. It's a bit loud. Oh yeah, so that looks a bit easier on the on the ears. By the way, all these tracks are pretty much set in stone, except for the one that we're going to be working on today. Oh, look at the glorious mess. It's beautiful. Having all the MIDI data on it, right? Anyway, so we're going to do like a very brief oversight on how exactly the song started. It was with this segment right here, this melody. And then a chord progression underneath it. So that's how that started. And then I think next I started working on the basses. And so it was this nice section right here. I actually found this bass first. It was in the last project that we heard as I was opening up the stream. And so I took that bass and I was like, this is a fun punchy bass. It's got like a nice rhythm to it. Bum 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 bum. So yeah, it's just 4 notes, but it's got a really fun rhythm. And then we added this one, which I think is called The Return of King Juno. Yeah, Return of King Juno. And then we turned this sample in particular has a bit of an attack on it, so it creates this really nice swell to sort of even out with the punchy bass. Adds a really nice texture behind it. Oh yeah, then we have a melody change here. So we have a melody change there. It's not pretty. It's nothing too interesting. It should just be the same like note pattern. So yeah, same note pattern. And then after this came the intro section, because I was like, oh, how do I want to introduce this? And so came this really nice, I think it was choir ooze. Choir women ooze. And it created this really nice sound of like sort of stepping into something spacious and just with the chord progression that I chose. The way that I decided to do it was I overlapped the chords to make it sound a bit more authentic. And I also like shifted note patterns around. So like this note right here is not as long as this note. And this note goes a bit over, but also is not as long as this one or this one. And so it's like all these note patterns are not the same length. They're like notes are dropping out and coming in left and right. But I always made sure that to keep these notes constantly overlapping each other to get that feeling of like smooth transitions into each other. So that's sort of the thought process behind that. And then it just sort of came together when I threw that before this this section right here, and it sounded amazing. Like the beat just came together, especially with that bass this bass right here, the supermassive depths one. So yeah, it was that whole intro sequence of like it flows so nicely into the next segments. It's awesome. And then came this section, which was sort of just a rehash of this one, but it's just sort of the melody rehashed, but on a different instrument. And I think it's doubled, so it's doubled up. Because I needed to extend it out to here to get it past that 2-minute mark, because this was originally going to be used for waiting music when the contestants were choosing their game. And so it was like, this is supposed to be like game selector music while everyone is waiting for that. And so it was sort of this whole idea of, okay, let's build this out as much as we can, keep it simple, keep it nice. And it came out a lot nicer than I thought. Hang on, let's save this with the master fader on. Let's go ahead and open up one more project, and then we will get to work on our last song for the album. So you guys will get a sneak peek of that. So this is the main theme for the Champions of the Universe tournament, or was the main theme at least. Let's take a listen. I think pretty much all the automation's done. I just need to take everything down respectively to each other, which is really my biggest problem. I need to switch out some of these tracks later in the actual album because they're a bit too loud. Oh, something messed up. Hang on very quickly, because the bass messed up on this part. I don't know why it does that. It does that randomly. And now this pad messed up. All right then. I still have trouble figuring out learning why it does that, but oh well. It's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me quickly go over like how exactly this is made, because it pretty much follows the same standard across the entire board. So it all starts with the preset here, and this one is down before the beat, and that is this sine bell that you hear. And basically, it's just two sine waves. Pretty much the same. Symmetry's a little bit off. But on this, we have a massive echo. Is it echo? I think it's echo. Yeah, there should be it. And then it should sound normal. Yeah, so now it sounds normal. And then we add the echo. And it gives it a little bit of spice and a little bit of texture to the sounds that we're hearing. And so that pretty much is what happened for the entire track. Except for like this, I think. Except for the synth, the slow synth right here. But I think the bass has it as well. Does it? No, the bass doesn't have it. Okay. Then it's just these two primary instruments. And so we have the pad here as well. And then we can easily take that off. Put it back on. So yeah, that's pretty much all that is. And then this over here is just a 1 minute version of this. This is what, like trailer music, I think? Yeah, I think I made trailer music. So that's pretty much this whole song. That is everything that I wanted to cover pretty much, because that's the main, those were the main 2 tracks that were going to be featured in the first tournament. And I was in the middle of writing more, and then some got scrapped, which I also finished and then threw in there. Here, I'm gonna quickly talk over a scrapped piece of music, and then we will go into creating some. No, wait, no, crap. This is the wrong one. This one. Right, there should be it. Nope, that's also not it. Alright then. Where did it go? Not that project. Oh, wait, was it this one? I think it was this one. Yes, okay, this is it. So this is a project that I just actually recently finished. I think it was Sunday, I think. Not a big project, but one that required a lot of time on, because as you can see here, we have a bunch of wave formats, meaning that this is not MIDI data that I played. This is actually me playing on my keyboard here. On my keyboard here. And then it translating into this. So this right here was a bass synth that I found on this keyboard. And then this over here, I think, was a noise sweep that I got from somewhere. This was a percussion kit on the keyboard as well. And then this is just percussion as well. So, here. Oh yeah, I need to add the master fader, I forgot. I will say, this was the hardest track to create. But one thing I do want to emphasize about this soundtrack is that it's very diverse in terms of what I've offered. Because like the 2 main ones were like obviously like tournament music. It's like we got the main menu music. It's very peppy. It was very colorful, very fast paced. And then we had the one that I showed before it, which was as I said, game selector music. So that was also going to be part of the tournament, and I wasn't entirely set on it because I felt like it was a bit too fast. But also, it really, in my mind, it was the best project it was the best result from this project. And so, I got distracted by the music and just watching it. And so it was this whole idea of, well, how do I make proper tournament music? Because this was, I'm not going to lie, this was something outside of my comfort zone. I wasn't writing tournament music. I've never tried writing tournament music, but I gave it a try. I sent some samples to the host, who said that he needed music, and so I was like, all right, cool, let me see what I can do. And so that's where we ended up getting with all this that you see on this live stream today. Well, except for the first song. The first song was part of a different project, but everything here was written specifically for the tournament. This is for this was scrapped. It was originally, well, actually right now it's titled Bank Heist, hopefully for obvious reasons. It sounds like music that you would hear when you're sneaking around somewhere. And so I said, all right, cool. Let's make it like a bank heist. And in a way, like there was because there was nothing on like a game mode in this tournament where you had to like sneak around and steal stuff. That's why it got scrapped. Because I finished up the music and was like, hey, do you guys want music for like custom games or something? Like custom minigame music for each specific minigame. And so, shut up. And so it was this whole idea of, well, what minigames do we have? And so this is the first. Well, this is one of the first ones because this is just me messing around more than anything else. And so it just came down to I ended up scrapping this one just for obvious reasons. It doesn't fit. In a way, I guess none of my music really fits because it's very synthy compared to a tournament, which should be more like around the percussion. But percussion's never been a strong suit of mine, so I've been making it work. So anyway, now that we've heard this piece, let's go ahead and start working on our final piece for the soundtrack. This one is called Brainwaves. Yeah, save it because it's got the master fader on it. I need to put a master fader on everything. So this is what we have right now. An empty document with only 2 parts. 25 measures? Yeah, 25 measures. Also very synthy. I don't know if it fits. Let's see these parts individually. So yeah, that's that. I'll tell you what is my main source of inspiration. So we have this we had this game mode in already placed in. Plugins were working, command blocks were working. It was called Brainwaves, as you can see here.
Hello.
So let's watch this very quickly, and then I'll explain.
First Champions of the Universe minigame reveal. These minigame reveals are shorter versions of update videos that focus on one minigame instead of updates to the event as a whole. Today, I'm excited to announce a new minigame coming to the Champions lineup. Introducing Brainwaves.
Steve's gone for a checkup and the doctor has found several, goodies dotted around the body. Having been shrunken down, you've been given the task of retrieving as many jewels as possible and getting out before Steve wakes up. Run out of time and, well, you'll be sealed in his body for all of eternity, along with the treasure you found inside. At the start of the game, you'll split yourselves up into 2 teams, the runners and the wave translator. The runners will find doors blocking their path and must signal to the wave translator which colours the doors are and in what order the colours occur. Get it wrong and, well, it's going to cost you. As the wave translator, you need to rush between the switches, remembering which colour of switches you need to press and in what order. Oh, and every time this game is played, we'll be changing the colours of the doors, so it's all about communication. We don't want to ruin everything about the game before the competition, so we're going to have to leave a few things a secret, but you'll have to discover those in-game.
Speaking of in-game, we're opening a new training area right now, where you can practice loads of games that will be in the event, including a mini version of Brainwaves. I can't say much yet, but the event isn't far off, so get your team ready and try to get the fastest time in this battle of brains.
So that trailer was made actually before I was brought onto the team as a as the lead music composer and sound effects artist. So going based off of that, I had the idea, what if I made a sort of Surgeon Simulator type song? And so I looked up the Surgeon Simulator OST right here, and I listened to just like the first few seconds of this, like the first like maybe, or actually I think it was like the first minute or so of this, and I started writing based off of like the feeling that I got from this, because like obviously you're working on. Sorry, I was watching that. You're working on
Getting out before
Steve here. As you can see here, like it's all sort of like
several,
I guess you could say like sort of what's the word I'm looking for here, like surgical-esque. And so like the whole idea of like what if I had like a like BPM machine going on in the background, but then it just automatically linked me back to the Surgeon Simulator, which then got me, and I don't know if I want to do that anymore, because it's gonna sound very similar if I throw in that like heart rate monitor sound to keep time. So we're probably gonna ditch that idea, but we have this bass line here which we can use to sort of as a base. So let's just quickly hear this for a second. So that was basically the whole idea behind like how exactly I wanted to go about this project, how exactly I wanted to reference this project. And so it was like sort of starting off that we came up with this beat. So this is what we're sort of working on, and now I'm going to be finding quite like more of like a fun feel to it, since I think we're working. Okay, so yeah, it's time to go to work. Let's just go ahead and let's just boom. There we go. Easy as that. I like this one. I'll tell you why, because we have a bit more space to work with in terms of like how we want to EQ this. Yeah, I don't want to increase around like the 20 hertz range, 50 to 20 hertz range, because that's not exactly what we're trying to go for. We're trying to get those higher frequencies heard. Let's go ahead and get a compressor on that as well. There we go. Now we got a compressor on it. Now I need to hear it on this. I say that again one more time. Jeez. I think we lost the bottom note there. What happened there? Hello? Are you gonna work? I don't know if I like that. How are we in the negative 20 decibel range? That's interesting. Alright, there we go. That seems to be working fine. I don't like this color. Can we change it? Yes, we can. Oh, wait, it's a little bit more distinguishable against the blue up top. Barely. But it's fine. It should be fine. Let's see. We have this to work with. I'm thinking, yeah, let's just get some more instruments and let's just keep messing around. That's basically how a lot of my thought process goes. It's just mess around. And then, of course, we're going to need an intro. I'm not going to go with this as an intro. Jeez. Why is that lasting so long? What is on this thing? What was the one that I had before? Was it? Why is it? What is that sound? Seriously, what is that sound? No, this isn't. This is way too Subnautica-esque. That's not what I want. Actually, no, I'm really liking the sound of this. Yeah, let's try that very quickly. There we go. Let's go ahead and work with that for a second, because we need to quantize everything down and then make sure that everything is like the right length. So. Hello? There we go. I wonder if this would fix the problem. Possibly. All right, so let me explain my thought process here because I'm getting like really deep into this and I don't want to just have it go quiet. So once again, we're referring back to the sort of search and simulator type beat with sort of that main melody of like, and we're just ditching the whole heart rate like drum thing because that's just gonna invoke, or it's not gonna invoke. It's gonna just completely recall people to search and simulator, which is not what we want. We can't allude to it, but we can't directly copy it. Otherwise, people will see that it's a copy, and that's not what we want. So, no, don't save. I think this is probably where we're gonna have to call it. How long have we been live? Just curious. Oh, that's 47 minutes. All right, that is honestly not bad. But yeah, I do have some other work that I need to do. I do have some other things I need to do. I am a little bit tired, so let me go ahead and end the stream here because we had a pretty successful stream. But do please leave a like. Please do comment down below whether or not you want to see more of these creative music writing live streams. They're probably going to be a bit longer. They're going to be around 1 hour to 2 hours. But this one just had to be cut short due to some things going on that I can't really control here at home. So, thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. But unfortunately, I got to out. So, I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.